毎度、甲斐先輩です。久しぶりじゃないですか。今日、英語で話しましょうね。だって英語の勉強してったらさ、英語で考えないと、英語の勉強にならないんじゃないね。英語を日本語で考えたら意味なくない？だから、これからよろしくお願いしますね。俺の英語の声を貸してあげるから、俺の英語を聞いて真似してください。そうですね。教科書いらない。先生もいらない。なんだろうね。本当に思ってるよりシンプルですよ。本物の人間の声を聞いて、モノマネして、君も英語ネイティブみたいに喋れるようになりますよ。違うか。だからこれからよろしくお願いしますね。俺の California English は別に一番じゃないんだけど、なんだろう。それぞれの訛りあるんですけれども、よかったら俺の訛りで、巻いていこうか。So, I speak English. I've been speaking English for years now. I'm a little shy, but I practice every day, so I feel more comfortable in English now than ever before. I feel comfortable hearing my own voice. I feel comfortable listening to voices, and I'm excited to practice every single day. I like to play Fortnite, and I was not good for many years, to be honest. And then recently, I saw a video of a guy who said, the reason why I am so good at Fortnite is because of aim. I have killer aim. And he showed videos of his aim. And I was like, oh my God, he has great aim. So I was like, well, I want aim. And then he said, do you want aim? And I was like, oh my God, he's talking to me. And then he said, if you want to get good aim, check out my training over here. And he gave the creator code, right? So I forgot what his training was, but I found a bunch of other training. And long story short, I started practicing shotgun. That was like my worst skill set. But anyway, at first it was kind of hard. Like I had like bad aim, right? そうですね。君、ちょっと発音の話ですね。で、例えの話なんですけれどもね。So I had bad aim, but I focused. I saw, I got my thumbs out, right? And I started slowly practicing. And then as I got in the rhythm, I got better and better and better and better. And I swear to God, I could start to like shoot just like, boom, there he is. And you swivel over and you headshot right there. And I was getting good. I'd get into the zone and then like 10 in a row, right? And then I'd kind of freak out and I'd miss one. But still, the mere fact that I practiced every single day before signing in, I got better. And in the same way, I get better at English. Every day that I practice, before I go out and talk to people, I warm up my voice. I sing myself a song. I get ready to engage with people. And one of the first things that I do every single day is I greet people. It's usually good morning, right? But sometimes I just say morning. I skip the good, just morning, because everybody knows it's good morning, right? But then sometimes I just skip the morning or the afternoon and I just say howdy. I don't know why. I saw it in a movie. But it's okay to listen to movies and learn something, right? So I saw howdy in a movie and I decided I wanted to say howdy too. So sometimes when I see somebody, I say howdy. And I just let them respond to me however they want. But I go out of my way to say howdy to, the people that I see out and about, right? That's just the beginning. Because what's going to happen after you say howdy? What's going to happen after you actually say hi to somebody? And I don't know. I don't know what you're going to experience, right? I can only speak for me because I'm an English speaker. I have no problem saying howdy. Why would I say hello? We're not on the telephone, right? This isn't a textbook. We're not in a fucking classroom, you know? You got to talk like the real people. And I feel more, I don't know, myself that way. So I do this every single day and I practice, and I get to the point where I can basically talk to anybody. It really just becomes a matter of subject, you know, headline, thumbnail kind of thing. And I don't actually want to talk to everybody. To be honest, I only want to talk to people who want to talk about things that I want to talk about. So I'm very selective with who I talk to, but I do make a point to be polite and nice to everybody that I see, you know? So there's nothing wrong with being nice and saying hi to everybody. That's just, I don't know, just being common courtesy, I guess. But to have a deep conversation, you never know who you're going to have a conversation with, like what kind of person they are. So you just have to talk until either you connect or you don't connect, right? One time, I was talking to a guy, and it turns out he was a YouTuber. And I do not meet YouTubers all the time. So it was kind of fun to talk to a YouTuber. I don't know if you guys have ever talked to a YouTuber before, but I've only talked to maybe 2 or 3. And it was like every time random, you know, like, oh, you do YouTube or something? So that's cool, I guess. Like what kind of, 3 or 4, I guess, right? But yeah, anyway, you never know who you're going to talk to or what kind of person you're going to talk to just based on looking at them. You know what I mean? Because you just look like, I don't know, a young guy, kind of cool. But I overheard what he was saying on the phone and was like, wait a second, only YouTubers talk like that, right? So I went out of my way to say hi, just to, you know, what do you do, right? And that's the key to getting to know anybody. And I know that because I listen to Kai Senpai all the time. And you just say, hey, so what do you do? That's the key question. And I swear to God, every time somebody asks me, I say, well, it's funny, but you just pitched my channel. What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, I do California English. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, okay, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? That's how we say it in California. Like, don't you get it? And he's like, oh, don't you get it? And I was like, yeah, that's right. We all got an accent. So anyway, what do you do? I teach accent. But so when I asked him, what do you do? He's like, oh, well, you know, he was being kind of secretive, right? And it's like, don't worry, I do YouTube, you know. And so we connected on our common interest, right? Or job or whatever you want to call it. So I have no problem talking to anybody. The question is, can I talk to people that are talking about the thing that I want to talk about? And the answer is going to be no. Most of the time, in reality, people here in California are not thinking about the same thing I am. No, like kind of really seriously. I mean, some people are, right? But they're busy doing their own thing. Yeah, it's really interesting to think about the things that you want to talk about. But what do you guys want to talk about, right? I am at a very interesting place. We're going to be starting kind of a new phase, 2026. I don't know if you guys are excited about that or not, but I definitely am because long story short, the app is going to become more accessible to more people, especially for casual learners and also for the rest of the world. That's right. I get a little too excited about this, so I'm going to keep it down because this color system, as you can see, pointing over there now, is going to be the way that every human on the planet learns English. It's just going to take some time to get there. I've realized over the years that none of the other corporations out there how do you say this? How do you say this diplomatically? I don't need them, okay? There are ways that I could probably accelerate the growth of this, but I would prefer just to talk to you guys directly, and that's what I'm going to do. But as you know, I do make videos about, well, celebrities and stuff, and English and accent, and using this color system to explain, you win, human, right? Like, you got to really pay attention to accent. It's not human, it's not human, it's human, right? It rhymes with win. So anyway, I'm going to be doing this in a very more, how do you say, systematic way, I think. And it's going to be good for a lot of people. And once we kind of establish kind of the rhythm in the Japanese kind of language, then it's going to be an easy pivot to the rest of the world to explain the color system. So long story short, I'm excited about 2026. Okay. I'm very excited, and I don't know how excited you guys are, but what I want to know is, what kind of video do you want to see? The most popular video right now is about the actresses, and okay, so do you guys want to know more about actresses, or do you want to know more about actors, or do you want to know more about musicians? What do you want to know? What do you want to learn? Who do you want to listen to? What do you want to see? I mean, these are really key questions, but you got to be able to answer it, right? で、もう今の英語の物語全然分かってないんですけれども、みたいな状態だったら申し訳ありませんね。でも、次の動画どうしようかなと思ってますね。だって、俺何でもいいんだけどね、実は。テーマに合わせてね、言語に関して、もしアクセントのあれがあればね、何でもいいんだけど、なんだろうね、YouTube やっちゃうと、人気動画作りたいな。だから、何でもいいんだけど、もし誰も見てくれなかったら、ちょっと寂しい。ね。だから人気になる動画のアイディアは何だろうね。俺いろいろ考えてるんですけれども、I want to hear what you want to hear. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty direct. You guys are the audience, right? You guys want to learn something. Well, I talked to one girl. She was in Osaka at the soap store. I was like, "Oh, you're learning English?" And she's like, "No, I watch your channel for fun." I was so confused when I heard that. For fun? You what? 楽しいって。Okay, that's interesting. But I assume that you guys are trying to learn English. You know what I mean? There has to be somebody out there trying to learn English. And I just have to believe you're out there. You know what I mean? So many other channels spend so much time speaking in Japanese about English. It's how the hell is anybody going to learn English if you listen to somebody speak Japanese all day, right? しかもさ、I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Just want to say that you don't need to listen to teachers, right? The whole point of all of this Kai Senpai shtick is that I'm not a teacher. I'm just somebody that learned language like you did, your second language as an adult, right? I was 18 when I learned Japanese, right? And everything that I learned about learning Japanese applies to learning English, right? So it's really simple. You just got to listen to a real native speaker speak real native English in real time, and all you got to do is mimic it, right? And so how many teachers, right, are actually giving you guys the real deal English? And there's not a lot. You want to know why? Because if I talk normally like I'm doing right now, nobody's going to understand what I'm saying. And if nobody understands what I'm saying, then how are you going to learn, right? Well, I'll tell you how you learn. You raise your hand. You say, hey, you're talking too fast. You're talking too normal. Can you please slow down, or can you please say it again? Now, don't say please slow down, because if you say please slow down, then you kind of make me become conscious of the subconscious accent that I had. And then I have to be like, oh, I'm in teacher mode now, so let me speak slowly for you. And every time that I speak slowly to you, you are not going to understand real English, right? So you got this fake English down here, and then you got this real English up here that we're all like high RPMs, just like spinning around and like literally just like spitting it out without even thinking. You have to understand that all of what I'm doing right now is like this unconscious, competent level of language fluency that I don't even think, I just do, right? And so it's not my job to sit here and like wonder if you're going to understand what I'm saying, because I'm just literally showing you the natural brain function of a brain that is normal. You know what I mean? Like literally just speaking English to you. Now, do you understand or not? That's your issue. That's why you're here, right? You're like, oh my God, I don't understand what this guy's saying. I'm going to go to a easier channel. Well, then you're never going to learn. You're never going to get used to this. You're never going to actually hear what anybody's saying, because everybody that's native, for lack of a better word, right, is kind of doing this like linking thing where we take the words and we don't say them individually. We kind of mash all the words that aren't important together into sounds that aren't represented by the letters that are written, right? So you guys gotta like literally stop looking at anything that I'm doing and just listen to the sounds that you're hearing and then try your best to mimic it. 早い？俺の喋り方。いや、普通に喋ってると思うんですけれどもね。で、日本語で考えても、まあ、こんな感じになっちゃうんですけれどもね。でも、まあ、日本語で考えても、全く意味ない。だって英語の勉強になんないじゃん。日本語を聞くと。だから英語を聞かないと、まあ、英語を喋れるようになんないね。英語から英語って感じですね。日本語から日本語って感じですね。だから他のチャンネルを見ちゃうと、全員なんか日本語で全てを説明してるんじゃないですか。で、俺もそういう動画作るんだけど、なんか日本語の説明入れて、発音がちょっと気をつけてくださいみたいなね、なんかセリフも決まってると思うんですけれども、あれがいいかどうか、まあちょっとなんだろうねって感じですね。でも、まあ人気動画になるから悪くないかな？わかんない。だからどうも、次の動画、何を見たいんですか？大きいたさん、man, I just, every single time, just, kanji is so beautiful, isn't it? こんにちは。おはようございます。So, what kind of video do you want to see next? I have thought about this a lot, and there's kind of categories of people. You got like actor, actress, model, sports, politician, right? And for example, like on my channel, the famous, like, なんだっけ、女優10人の女優、あれが一番流行ってる動画ですよね。So, like, my channel is like about actress, right? But then if I do something about like sports people, like Ichiro or Shohei, you guys don't watch it as much, you know? And so I really think that the algorithm is like got me more kind of like with like celebrities more than English, because I did make a video about some people in the royal family. Maybe you guys have seen those videos, but I had to take them off the channel, or I had to not delete them, but silence them, unlist them, because I'm not a royal family channel. I think you guys know that. I'm kind of doing this accent thing, right? The key is like, how do we make content with accents and, you know, people that are, well, interesting to a lot of people, right? That's the whole point, that we're using famous people's English as an example for our own speaking style, right? Like, they're perfect people to use because 1, they're famous, 2, they have content out there, and 3, we can all kind of hear what they're saying if we all listen together, right? So I really do like the kinds of videos I'm making. And like I said, I can do a video about anybody. Doesn't really matter as long as they have an accent. Now, truth be told, there's not a lot of people that are like native, you know, like 日本生まれの native. あんまりいないよね。で、海外生まれのネイティブ、まあ、いるんだけど少ないよね。So, there's a limited amount of options available other than just really talking to you guys directly, right? And then, because if I talk to you guys directly, that's how you really learn, right? I mean, obviously listening, but then having you actually speak, that would be the best thing. And so if you haven't noticed already, there is the Zoom thing. If you click the Zoom link, you can hop on a Zoom call with me, because after all, this is the English challenge, right? This is literally me coming into your headspace and giving you the opportunity to actually